Start your morning with optimism, believing your possibilities. Thank you for choosing Fantastic Radio UK. Your music, your possibilities.
Every thought creates an action that will create a consequence. There are a lot of things that are beyond our control. But what you do have control over is how you react to whatever happens in your life. I certainly consider myself to be a blessed person, but you know what the thing is? People don't even get this. The chances of coming out of Mississippi in 1954, let's paint that picture, will you? Mississippi, in the time I was born, was the most racist state in the United States. You don't want to be caught after dark if you're a Black person in Mississippi. It had absolutely no regard for your humanity. Didn't even think you were human. The fact that I could be born at that time and now do what I do, am who I am, live where I live, is the most extraordinary story I can ever imagine. I don't know anything more extraordinary. Who I am was defined for me at a very early age. When I was 4 years old, I remember watching my grandmother boiling clothes. I was standing on the back porch, looking through the screen, and my grandmother was hanging clothes from the line. She had an apron around her waist, and inside the waist pocket were clothespins. We had no running water or electricity. So in order to wash your clothes, you had to wash them. And my grandmother did in a big boiling pot. She would boil them to boil the clothes clean. And as she would hang the clothes on the line and take the clothespins out of her pocket and then put a couple in her mouth to hold, she turned to me and said, "Oprah Gail," talking through the clothespins in her mouth. "Oprah Gail," my middle name, "you better watch me now, because one day you're going to have to learn how to do this for yourself." And a voice inside me, a feeling, I think of it now as a voice because it was so strong, said, "No, Grandmama, I won't." And I felt in that moment watching her that this will not be my life. My grandmother's dream for me, as was all of my relatives who were my caretakers, their dream for me was that I would be like them. My grandmother was a maid. My mother was a maid. All of my aunts were maids. And so they thought that that's what I would be. And my grandmother used to work for a family, a white family, and in taking care of their children and nurturing that family, she thought that they were good white folks. And she used to say to me, "I hope you can grow up and get yourself some good white folks." In those days, being good simply meant you don't call me the N-word. You give me some level of respect. I still have to go to the back door, and I'm still treated as a second-class citizen, but I'm not degraded personally by you. So she wanted me to grow up to have some good white folks. And I often think that I wish she had seen that I did grow up to get a lot of good white folks working for me. She would not have believed it. The life that I lived, my grandmother would not have imagined possible for me. There is a flow. There's an energy field in the flow. That is also happening with us as human beings. We just haven't figured out what that is yet or how to channel it. But that is definitely going on. There's an energy field. There's an energy flow that I strongly feel in my own life. And I know lots of other people who do. You're either in flow or out of it. And if you're in flow, it's like this. It's like this. All the time. It's like this. It's like flowing with the stream. And the flow is in direct proportion to the center of yourself, where God abides, where universal energy abides, where the divine within you abides. How far you are from the center, from the divineness of yourself, from your connection to source energy, that which created you, is how out of sync you are with your life, regardless of what you call it. When you can align with that, nobody can touch you. Gary Zukov calls that authentic power. In his book, Seed of the Soul, he says, when your personality comes to serve the energy of your soul, that is authentic power. And that's the only real power there is, because you're going to lose everything else. I don't care how beautiful you are. One day, your breasts are going to sag and your eyes are going to bag and you're not going to be as beautiful. And it doesn't matter how much Botox and how many times you get yourself pulled up and how many hairdos and how many makeovers or what you do, it doesn't last. It's just like the most beautiful flowering tree. Everything passes in its time. It doesn't matter how much money you have, how much power you have, how high you sit on the Forbes list, how many times you make the most influential lists. All of that changes. All of that changes. But what is real, what is lasting, is who you are and what you were meant to bring. What is the gift you were meant to give? And nobody can take that away from you.
Hello?
You to me are everything, the sweetest song that I could sing. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Wait.
A mobile top-up card and 2 helium balloons, £17.
Who picks you up each time you're down? Oh, baby. Wait.
Making your girlfriend laugh, however far away she is. Priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard, accepted for all kinds of tricks and treats.
Yeah.
Look at your hands. Look at them. Look how far they've come. They've grown. They've learnt. They've loved. They've lost. They've loved again. Your hands have worked, struggled, created and mastered. They worked hard for this. It was worth it. With World Remit, you can instantly send money abroad, knowing that you're in safe hands. World Remit. Money in safe hands.
Thank you for taking my call. Before we continue, could you say the first and third digits of your security PIN? Oh, I didn't catch that. Sorry. That's the second and fourth, please. Okay, lovely. All gone through. Did you see what I did there?
It's a scam. Never reveal your full security PIN, even if you think it's your bank calling. Learn how to protect yourself from fraud.
Before I signed up to Pension B, I had a couple of different pensions and they were dotted around all over the place. Didn't know what they were worth, I didn't know where they were, and I didn't know who to call to find that information out.
When I came across Pension B, it sorted out an historical mess that I had, but very quickly and easily, because I don't really have time to spend on things.
The sign-up process was seamless and the beekeepers helped make it seamless.
Dead simple. And all the people on the phone, I think I spoke to beekeepers twice and they were really, really friendly and helpful.
And in the same way that I would recommend a painter or a plumber who'd done good work, I'd recommend Pension B to anybody. So in the pub, on social media, wherever.
This is a really simple way to sort out what you've got, put it all into a simple place and prepare better for the future.
Excellence is never an accident. It is a result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent direction, skillful execution, and the vision to see obstacles as opportunities. Britain's Fantastic Radio UK, home for the Afropolitan.
Joy is what is running through my heart this morning. Excitement is what rings in my ear. Happiness has become the fountain from which I'm drinking from. Good morning to you. Why you asked? I am glad you did. Because you are there, I am here, and I'm glad that we are going to have a beautiful time today. How are you? How are you doing? How is the family keeping? How are you doing? Now tell me, how are you doing? Are you well? What is it that you woke up this morning on your mind? What is it that's been running through your thoughts? It's 20 minutes past 7, and you are wondering, what is this guy on about? I will tell you, but before I tell you, I'd love to know what's on your mind. How are you doing? And how is your mind faring? You're good? You are well? If you know well, I've got 3 things I'll be sharing with you. But if you are, and you are brimming with hope, possibility, excitement, I'm glad to be on your team. And I want to come to you to zap out and get some of your oozeness, the vavavoom, as people say. But for those of us who are going to go through the day or started the day not feeling very excited, energetic, why are you not energetic this morning? What is causing you to feel like that? What is it that you are thinking of doing today that you are not too sure? As we progress, I'll share with you 3 things that we can do, right, to have a vibrant morning and getting ready and stepping into our own greatness. I welcome you to the Morning Winning Plan Wednesday. The Morning Winning Plan Wednesday. Good morning to you. I welcome you to Fantastic Mornings. And I'm glad you are here. I'm glad that you made a time joining us, willing and ready to spend the next 30 minutes with us. I'm glad. Thank you for choosing us. I say good morning to the production team, Mr. Sina Hamidi, Carrie, Kirsty, Allegro, and the production team around in making this happen. This morning, I want to pause here and say, what do you do in the mornings? How do you prepare your day? How do you plan to win? I like that. I like that question myself. How do you plan to win? My late grandfather said to me, if you plan to fail to plan, you plan to win. There's something he said. He said, if you fail to plan, you plan to if you plan to fail, if you fail to plan, then you're planning to win. If you fail, let me get this thing right. Granddad, what did you say? He said, if you fail to plan, then you are getting yourself ready, right, to fail. Planning goes into everything that we do. Sometimes we overplan, I must say. Sometimes we can overplan, we can plan and plan and plan because sometimes we are not sure. And sometimes we are very uncertain. But to win, there has to be a plan or some kind of planning to winning. What is your plan? I'll share with you a few things that I prepared for you this morning for planning, morning planning, winning in the mornings, and what you and I can do, right, to go into the day excelling, excited, vibrant, jubilant, hopeful, confident, feeling fantastic, and doing fantastic. Good morning. It's a Morning Winning Plan Wednesday. What are you doing today? Going for a meeting? Working from home? Going for a job interview? Spending time with the kids? There's an event in Wembley that I'll be sharing with you for young people and children between 12 to 15. I'll get you the details. Organized by Ultra Education for young people in entrepreneurship. I will share that with you. And also the UK Black Business Show is all set, and there's some early tickets available. You can go on their website www.ukblackbusiness.co.uk and get that one. I've got my ticket. Have you got your ticket? You got to go on there and get it done, and let's meet each other there. I'd love to see you, the one in Birmingham and the one in Islington. It was Martin Fakotapa who said, invention is activity of mind, as fire is air in motion, a sharpening of the spiritual sight to discern hidden aptitudes. I like these quotes, And what jumped at me, in fact, what literally walked to me was the first line. It said, invention is activity of the mind. When I saw it, I went into a bit of a correctional mode, right? Thinking, why did this author define it as invention is activity of mind? I thought he would have said invention is an activity of mind. An activity, but not just is an activity. Because with is, it sounded a bit definite and concise. So whilst I was reading through certain pages, I quickly realized he's right. I was wrong. The author of this statement is very, very right. I am wrong. He's right because every invention, everything we do comes from the mind. It is not just some kind of activity of the mind, but it is dependent on the mind. Because the mind is where all that we do resides. Our winning plan resides there. Because we need to receive it, it gets into our system, then we now disseminate it. How are you taking care of your mind? What do you do in the mornings for your mind? What are the routine and the steps and the processes and the systems you've placed around you to assist, complement, put you in that space where you can have a fruitful morning or fruitful day starting from a possibility thinking mornings? I'll come in and I share 3 things that I've been preparing and also been reading. There's a guy called Jim Quick who's been reading some of his stuff, and he shared a few things I love to share with you. 28 minutes past 7. I welcome you to Fantastic Mornings. Oh, I forgot to tell you this. If you are looking in sending money to your loved ones across the Caribbean, to our loved ones in St. Kitts, Togo, Zimbabwe, Tanzania, Mozambique, South Africa, what are you looking at sending money to? Have you thought of sending money to your loved ones where in Maputo? Why don't you world remit it? World remit it. Okay, let's do that. If you are getting money to loved ones or business partners or contemporaries, family members, Wednesday, you sending money to them, you are good. I will recommend you world remit it. It's easy, it's fast, very simple, and straight to the point. Good morning to you, my friend Gemma, who called me yesterday. My friend hasn't been in touch for the past, 2 years. And yesterday, just before I retired to bed, my phone rang. And this person's talking to me on the phone. For some reason, I couldn't pick up the voice. So I felt, who is this? And, as usual, she is very jovial and convivial and very playful. She said, you were just playing with me on the phone and saying all sorts of things. And she said, it's me, Gemma. And I go, oh, Gemma, I don't recall Gemma. It was when we spoke. And I got around it and got to know. Do you know there are people who you build friendship with, right? And you don't talk or speak for many, many, many years or months because we're all busy. We're all busy, taking care of family, children, business. And you connect, and it sounds and it is such like you never left. You pick up from the conversation you left off. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. So good morning to you, Gemma, who is listening to us or could be listening to us from North London, somewhere in Northwest London. Good morning to you. And also to my friend and my very, very, very good friend, Darren Fowler. Good morning to you, Darren. I'm glad you were listening. For those who are listening on our social media platform and also on all our streaming platform, I am glad you are here. Let's do music. When we return, I've got a few things to share with you. Something that both of us can learn. And we can have a beautiful and a fantastic morning. I welcome you to Fantastic Mornings on Fantastic Radio. Feeling fantastic and doing fantastic. We'll be right back.
You can reach Fantastic Radio UK sales on WhatsApp on 079 6141 7150 or email us sales@fantasticradio.co.uk.
Get a drum as a toy for Christmas. Was one of the greatest innovators. They know to and right. It's a whole yard full of pants.
When I first started my business about 5 years ago, I really needed to get my pension sorted, but I had no idea where to start, so I had no pension.
My pension situation before I joined Pension B was a complete mess.
Then I moved all of it to Pension B. Everything went smoothly.
I had 2 workplace pensions, 2 old ones, which I needed to have found and then merged into my new Pension B plan.
I didn't know where any of my money was. I didn't know how much I had. I didn't know what it would be worth in the future.
Well, Pension B's helped me enormously because I know that when I do choose to finally retire, all of my pensions are in one place. And should my situations change with extra work, etc., I can still be topping it up, but know that everything's in one place for me to deal with.
Bringing it all over to Pension B was just the hugest of reliefs.
I'm about to take you on a trip
to a new place. A place introduced by the new Peugeot. 107. You will discover the city bug speaks to you and you and you and you. Whether it's style, fun, leisure, or pure driving exhilaration, you'll find it all here. 707. Are you ready? Ignition. Lift off. Lift off.
Drive slowly. Even slower than that. I demand you drive well below the speed limit. And be careful. 10 times as careful. And look at everyone else on the road as if they're homicidal maniacs. In fact, I insist you drive more cautiously than you did on your driving test, because I am your newborn baby. And these are my rights.
If your newborn's making you more safety conscious than ever, check out Britain's most popular place to buy a car seat. Mothercare, for that nerve-wracking, heartwarming process called parenting.
Oh, hi. Can you tell me where the sausages are, please?
Certainly, madam. They're next to the Danish... bacon, just over there. For more bacon taste, look for the Danish sizzle on your supermarket's own packs.
Pension Bee is designed to help you combine your old pensions in one new online plan.
so you can easily manage your retirement savings in a few clicks. There are 3 main elements to Pension Bee. First, you can combine your existing pensions. If you tell Pension Bee who your old pension providers are, they can find your pensions and transfer your money into one brand new plan. You'll get personal support from your own account manager or beekeeper who'll keep you updated throughout the transfer process. If any of your pensions have valuable guaranteed benefits or exit fees that cost more than £10, your beekeeper will ask your permission before going ahead with any transfers. In fact, if you have a pension with guaranteed benefits worth more than £30,000, then by law, you'll have to get independent advice before you can move your money. At Pension Bee, you can choose between multiple pension plans depending on your savings needs, and it's free to switch between them at any time. The plans cost between 0.5% and 0.95% a year, depending on which one you choose, and the fee will automatically be deducted from your pension pot. Secondly, you can contribute to your new pension pot. Once your old pensions have been moved to a new Pension Bee plan, you can add more money with just a few clicks and continue saving towards a better retirement. It's easy to make one-off or regular contributions. You can pay in any amount with no minimum contribution and get free money on top with tax relief from HMRC. Basic rate taxpayers get £25 added for every £100 they save into a pension. Typically, you can get tax relief based on the income tax rate you pay on pension contributions up to £40,000 a year or 100% of salary, whichever is lower. The Pension Bee plans are managed by some of the biggest money managers in the world, like State Street Global Advisors and BlackRock, so you know your money is in experienced hands. Plus, your pension is protected by the Financial Services Compensation Scheme, so you can get up to 100% back if the companies responsible for managing your money fail. With Pension Bee, you can check your balance anytime online or via the app, and you can use the pension calculator to see how much you need to save to get the income you're hoping for in retirement. Finally, you can withdraw your money. From the age of 55, you can draw down with Pension Bee. It's a simple, stress-free way to take money out of your pension. You can take the first 25% tax-free, and after withdrawals, the rest of your money stays invested. Pension Bee deals with all the complicated bits and will let you know how much tax you need to pay if you go over your 25% tax-free allowance. There's even a drawdown calculator, so you can see how much tax you could be charged on future withdrawals. You can also name a beneficiary so that if there's any money left in your pension when you die, you can pass it on to your loved ones hassle-free. Just visit pensionbee.com to get started.
Once your mindset changes, everything on the outside will change along with it. This is Britain's Fantastic Radio UK, home of possibilities.
I welcome you back to the Fantastic Mornings, and I'm so glad that you are here. Morning winning plan on Wednesdays. This morning, I share with you 3 things, as I promised. The first thing we would have to do, first of all, we would have to be very intentional about creating habits, right? That's the first thing we would have to do. Because as I started by saying, we would have to have a plan as to how our morning and our day is going to go. And if we don't plan for it and don't put any planning in place, nothing is going to happen. You and I are very aware that to walk into any space of possibility, not probability, possibility, we need to have a plan. Because the plan allows us to move through life with all the vicissitudes and the pressure and the shock that life presents. The first thing that we would have to do is to at least have a plan. Is there a word like planness? Planlessness? Is there a word like that? If there isn't, guys, is there any word like that? Planlessness. There isn't. Okay, let's create one then. So we create you one. We can't walk around planlessness or planless, because then again we're setting ourselves up for the chance, the probability. But if we are very intentional, we are calculated and say the day is going to be like this. This is how I want the day to be. I know the traditional or conventional thinking is to see how things will go, hope that something will change. I get it. I get that part of that. I get that part of the conversation. However, we are talking, or I'm sharing with you, the intentional living individual. There are those who are not there yet, and I get it. But for those who wants to win in the morning and go into the day with optimism, confidence, hope, and trusting that they are going to win on work, with a family, as you go to work, as you spend time with your husband, your wife, those the caring industry, those drivers, taxi drivers, bus drivers, train drivers. It's about getting it in your mind. As I said, our every invention, every creation comes from here. So when the mind is ready and the mind is set to strive and get through the day and is intending to win, nothing comes your way to distract you. Am I coming through? Am I coming through? I'm glad. Because when you are intentional, everything that happens, you are very aware. So the question is, can I be intentional 24/7? Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. But that is why it has to be something that we develop and create a habit of. We have to create a habit of living intentional. Being intentional is being calculated, being mindful, being present. If you are driving, you are focusing on driving. If you are speaking on radio, you are focusing on speaking on radio. If you are preparing to get content for me and getting the whole conversation going, you are doing it. Every one of us becomes intentional in what we're doing. That's the first thing. Being intentional about creating habits. I love this. Creating habits, because with all that we would do, we would have to make a habit of it in striving and moving forward in everything that we do. It does not just happen, guys. It does not just happen. I come from a school, or I come from this fraternity where we always waited for things to happen, expecting that something was going to happen and drop from the sky. I come from a particular mindset many years ago where we leave things and hope and trust. Hope is not a strategy, right? Hoping sets the tone, but there's more that goes beyond hope. There's the work. There's a consistent, mindful, intentional living that leads into habits that propels and takes us into that level of achievement in maximizing everything that we do. What's the plan for the mornings? How do you win? The second thing, win the first hour of the day. The first hour of the day. Just win it. Let me read what Jim Quick tells us. He said, how you start your day sets the tone for everything else. Before you check emails or get lost in your 24-hour news cycle, cater for yourself. Get in touch with your brain and body so you have enough energy to conquer the day. Imagine finishing your day and someone asking you, how was your day? Quick says. And you were like, it was amazing. It was fantastic. Today was incredible. I really crushed it. Ask yourself what had to happen in order for you to say those words. What time do you wake up? And when you wake up, what are the rituals that you practice or you put in place? I wake up quite early in the morning. The first thing I do when I get off bed, I sit just at the tip of my bed and I just go silent. I just go silent for 4 to 10 minutes. I just go silent, sit there quietly and just listen to my thoughts. If it's not a thought that is going to propel me further, I rearrange it, get myself ready, and set myself up. The first 1 hour is for me to map out how the day is going to go. Of course, I have a weekly plan, I have a daily plan, but when I get off bed, the first thing I do within the hour, I map out how it's going to go. I determine how the day is going to go. I don't leave nothing to chance with that. I must say, it did not start like this though. I sound very, very perfect with that. No, it didn't start like that. The times I wake up in the morning, I just get on with it. But with time, I notice anytime I go into that 1 hour, first 1 hour, and I prepare myself, I'm more effective, more productive, and I execute on point. Try it. Look at that. I have a third one for you. When we return, I'll share with you. Okay, when we return, I will share with you. The UK's biggest youth business fair comes on Saturday, 30th of April. It's going to be in Wembley. The UK biggest youth business fair on the 30th of April, 2022. I will suggest you go on www.ultra.education. This event is going to be fantastic. I've met the gentleman that runs it, and I've seen him do brilliant work, supporting young people, putting in the work and bringing the greatness in young people. And I salute this brother for the great work he's doing. The biggest business youth business fair on the 30th of April, 2022. 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. You visit www.ultraeducation. Let's do music. Okay. It's 54 past 7. Just quite be a quick short one. We'll return. I'll share with you the third one, and I've got something else to share with you as we begin to slide out of our conversation. Let's do. We'll be right back.
Excellence is never an accident. It is a result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent direction, skillful execution, and the vision to see obstacles as opportunities. Britain's Fantastic Radio UK, home for the Afropolitan.
My favourite thing about Pension Bee is the website. I like the look and feel of it, and I like the dashboard that's on the website. I like the way that it allows me to understand where my pension's at as it grows over time. Compared to old school pensions, where I've relied on my employers to take care of pensions for me, Pension Bee has allowed me to think more about my pension as my product, as something that I'm looking after. So Pension Bee has given me the control over my pension, and being able to see things in one place and make some decisions as well, which I wouldn't have done had I not joined Pension Bee. The one thing that's worth knowing is the way that they're so helpful to keep you organized. So if you're big on being organized, especially around your pension, then Pension Bee is the place to be.
Pension Bee. Be pension confident.
Connect with Kojo on Twitter at BontiAmoaco or on email bonti@fantasticradio.co.uk.
Hi, and we are welcome back. Thank you so very much for choosing Britain's home of possibilities. I am so glad that you are here and we're having this beautiful conversation. The third thing, I will share with you the third thing, and I wouldn't bore you too much. The third thing is understand what leads to burnout. Right? Understand what leads to burnout. Are you really experiencing burnout? As Jim Quick said, he said, or is there another reason you are tired and unmotivated? Sometimes we think there's too much work to handle, when in reality, we haven't prioritized the kind of work. Maybe you are not burnt out because you are doing too much, says Quick. Maybe you are burnt out and exhausted because you are doing too little of things that are light up. If you are burnt out, you are tired, and you feel demotivated, then it's something that we would have to look at. But if it's something that you haven't looked at and you feel you are doing little, and by doing little, it makes you feel a bit lethargic and very exhausted, then you can look at that. Okay? But if you are tired, you are tired. Because sometimes we overwork ourselves. Because the mind gets tired, isn't it? The mind can get tired. And it's good for us to recuperate, take the moment to rest, reconnect with ourselves. Gemma talks of self-care. Rashido Bularu shares with it. The taking care of the self, because it goes a long way. Okay, so the first thing we would have to do is to be intentional. The second is to win in the first hour of the day. Being intentional about creating habits, making a habit of being intentional. The second is winning the first hour of the day. Plan the day, set the day up. And the third thing, understand what leads to your burnout. Because we burn out differently. We get tired differently. The food we eat, where we go, what we drink, the exercise that we even get ourselves involved in. Have you been to the gym recently? Or have you gone running? I think it's something we all have to look at. We get tired because sometimes the mind gets tired. One of my good friends will say, when the mind is ready, every possibility comes to the table. To know more about the mind and all the things I'm sharing, and into deeper story and how you can do that, I would recommend you go get this guy's book. It's called Jim Quick. Right? Jim Quick. Let me see whether I can spell the name right. Yes, that's it. I think I have gotten the surname wrong. I think it's Jim as in Quick as in Kwik. Yes, so you Google it out, you will find it. Jim Quick. Right? It's Kwik. I got the spelling wrong. So you go on Amazon, check out the name. Thank you, Sina. Thank you very much, Sina. And the title of the book is called Limitless. Right? It's called Limitless. Upgrade your brain. Learn anything faster and unlock your exceptional life. Right? And this particular book allows you to look at life and look at how you can be effective and have a plan for the week, for the day. But today we wanted to focus on Wednesday. How we can have a winning morning plan, so that we can have a fruitful, and we can also go into the world with everything that we're doing, with anything that we're doing. We are doing it with a plan. It's okay sometimes we don't have a plan, we'll make mistakes. That's what is in the tin sometimes. But we would have to also be intentional. By being intentional, we set ourselves up to win. So the book is called Limitless. Upgrade your brain, learn anything faster, and unlock your exceptional life. 2 things I leave with you. I thank you that you make time to come through. I thank you. I don't take this relationship for granted at all. I don't. There are several platforms you can go to, but you choose to be here, and I'm glad. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do that. Please do that. Please do that. Okay, I love you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that anytime we come on, you'll be able to pick us up and be able to enjoy and get things going. Second, but not the least, I said 2, but I've got just another one else walking into my thoughts I love to share with you. The second one is, what are you doing today between 6:30 to 8? I would suggest you go www.thecoachingport.com. Okay, there's a coaching extraordinaire. There is a gentleman who is coming on today to spend some time with us there. I am really looking forward to it. You just go on the coaching port today between 6:30 to 8. It's going to be fantastic. I won't bore you. I won't tell you more. Just go there. If you are looking for an exceptional life, if you are a leader, if you are a business person, if you are looking into going to coaching, if you are a father looking to add value to your kids, your wife looking, adding value to your partner, couples looking at building some relational excellence, I will suggest you come on the coaching port today. There are all sorts of coaching deals and coaching trainings that comes on that platform, but I will really suggest you go on that platform today from 6 to 8:30. It's going to be remarkable. Looking forward to it. The second thing, or the third thing, if you have not gotten your ticket for the UK Black Business Show, please get it. Okay, it'll be good. It's a lovely place, lovely place. I have made contacts, I've made business deals, I have met several people there, and it's really added value to what I'm doing and most things that I'm doing. I met fantastic people there, and I'm looking forward in going on there in June in Birmingham and in October in Islington. So if you are looking to buy the ticket, I suggest you go www.ukblackbusinessshow.co.uk. I would love to also end with a quote of my readings today. Invention is activity of the mind, as fire is air in motion, a sharpening of the spiritual sight to discern hidden aptitudes. Invention is activity of the mind. As you go into the day and as you thrive and excel and you maximize and you plan and win, I ask you step in there with your mind ready, knowing that everything that you seek and hope to achieve is within your grasp if you're going to get your intention and your mind ready. Okay? I want to thank you. On Monday, we'll be with you and we will share with you what we have prepared. And over the weekend, what we are prepared to share with you too. Do have yourself a lovely and a fantastic day. Have you considered getting your pension sorted? Are you self-employed? or you're looking at private pension, if you haven't, look into pensionbee.com and be more pension confident. Okay? If you haven't, I would really suggest you look at that, because you would have certainly putting yourself in a space where the future will be set for you. I am so grateful. I am excited. I am peacock happy, and I'm honeymoon glad that you made a time in coming through and spending this moment with me. Okay, so do have yourself a fantastic day, and I'll be with you on Monday, because on Friday we won't be here. But Monday morning, I certainly promise we'll be here and have a brilliant and a wonderful and a fruitful and a glorious day. Wish you all the best and success in everything you do. Okay? Be fantastic. Feel fantastic, and go and do fantastic. Thank you. My name is Kojo Bonti Amwako. I'll see you on Monday. Bye for now.
This is an intercultural exchange and an intercontinent experience. FantasticRadio.co.uk. Home of possibilities.